Wet wraps are used for the treatment of eczema, also known as atopic dermatitis. Wet wraps are used to increase skin hydration, promote penetration of topical steroids, and serve as a barrier to scratching. Wet wraps can be used with or without topical steroids. If you are only using a moisturizer under wet wraps, they can be used as often as needed for dry skin. If your provider instructs you to use a topical steroid under wet wraps, they should only be used for a few days at a time. The wraps will consist of 2 layers. They can be made with cotton sleepers, pajamas, long johns, or cotton tube socks, depending on the area of the body you are treating. You'll also need warm water, moisturizer, and topical steroid ointment, if directed by your provider. Wash your hands with soap and water before and after applying wet wraps. The first step is to apply the topical steroid to inflamed areas of the skin, as directed by your provider. If your provider instructed you to use only a moisturizer, go on to the next step. Next, apply the moisturizer. You may want to use a plastic spoon to scoop out the moisturizer onto a clean paper towel in order to avoid contaminating the entire jar. Then, you will take your wrap and dunk it in lukewarm water and squeeze out the excess moisture. Apply a single wet layer. Then apply the dry layer over top the wet layer. Leave the wet wraps on overnight if possible, and use them for multiple nights in a row. Wet wraps can be worn for a shorter period of time if your child is not tolerating them while sleeping. Follow specific instructions from your provider regarding the length of time to use wet wraps. Wet wraps can be a lot of work, and children may be resistant to application, but after a few days, they can quickly reduce the severity of eczema. For more information, contact the Children's Mercy Dermatology Clinic.